Hey, it's Tori, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have the wonderful Clémentine Delauney from Visions of Atlantis. How are you today, Clemmy? How's your day been?
Hello, Tauri. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. And my day's doing great so far. We have kind of a time difference. I think I get you in the very morning, right?
Yeah, my day is just starting.
Begun. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's going great so far. It's spring day, and spring weather here in Italy. I'm loving it so much.
Good, I'm glad. Yeah, we're just about starting to get the spring weather over here as well in North Carolina, but for the summer, because I am British, it gets so
Oh,
hot.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and very humid. I'm sure you know
hmm
from being over
Yeah, I
here.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Already
So,
in February, I was like,
yeah,
"Ooh."
I know. I run really warm too, so I'm just glad my husband, even though he's from Florida originally, he likes the cold more, and I'm just so thankful for that because otherwise I'd be way too hot. I mean, it's probably about, I don't know, it's 47 F right now, whatever that is in Celsius. So
No idea.
it's not warm, but it's not. Everybody in the
Cool.
South is like all wrapped up warm. You can tell they're from the South, and I'm just like, oh, this is so nice. Well, the your album Pirates came out almost a year ago now. You released it on May 13th, 2022. Have you found the reaction to that?
Well, they've been absolutely fantastic. This whole 10 months that this record has been out, like the people who already were following Visions of Atlantis fell in love with that record. The people who used to like Visions of Atlantis, but were not sure if they wanted to stay around, they got convinced with that record. The people who never heard of us discovered us with that record and loved it. So frankly, honestly, we only got just like a very positive worldwide response to this eighth studio album. And
Mm-hmm.
we're very, very happy because we were feeling ourselves that we had put so much everything into that record that, in a way, I told myself, if that doesn't catch the ear of people, if that doesn't make the band get a little bit more attention,
Mm-hmm.
if those songs don't make people sing along or jump or have fun at concerts, I would have been very close to concluding that we're not meant to do this, you know?
Yeah. Well, I know I'm so thankful that you got the response that you obviously I think deserved because it is a fantastic album. It was
Thank
probably
you.
one of my favorites, but again, I am absolutely obsessed with anything pirate themed. And then of course I knew who you guys were before the pirate album, but I hadn't really delved deep into you guys
Yeah.
until that album, until I checked out that first single. And I was like, oh my goodness, what is this? This is amazing. And of course, I did that reaction and just
Yeah.
and as soon as you announced that US tour, I was like, yes, I need to go. And then I was waiting for that VIP, and I
Yeah.
bought the
Oh my God.
VIP, and then of course,
Oh,
as everybody knows who does follow me here on my channel, I couldn't go. I ended up getting sick, and Clemmy and I were supposed to be doing this interview one on one together,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's still really nice to do it, of course, via Zoom. And you just announced your US tour with Delane as well, so I have bought
Yeah.
tickets for that. So hopefully I'll get to
Oh,
meet you in person there. So backtracking a little bit, before you started your headlining American US tour, you did the 70,000 tons of metal. How was that?
oh, it's a wonderful boat trip. It's a wonderful experience. This was not our first time with Visions of Atlantis, but like there are those events that if they're happening, okay, COVID is far behind us,
Mm-hmm.
and this felt really good, like to be back on that boat with no barrier,
Mm-hmm.
no distancing anymore, nothing. It really felt like, okay, this is back to normal per se,
Yeah.
except that this edition, it was not completely sold out, so the vibe was a slightly bit different, but it was still like it's so much fun, you know. It shows all day long, all night long. It's a real big luxury boat, so casinos or games or the pool outside, and
Mm-hmm.
then going to the beach for one day. It's really nice. Like if you're a real metalhead and dream about having a little exotic experience, being close, like within kind of a close range to artists, because that's the main particularity about 70K is that artist and audience are mixed up. Like there is
Mm-hmm.
no private area for artists. There is not a deck just for artists. There is not
Mm-hmm.
a bar just for artists. Like everyone could be everywhere. Um, so if you want that, is I think it's a kind of a bucket list thing to
Yeah,
do.
it's definitely a bucket list thing for me, absolutely. Especially with some of the bands that were there this year, I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I could have gone. There were so many I wanted to see, and then as you say, you have that kind of community family type feeling because I
Yeah,
feel like the like metalheads, we sometimes get a bad rep for being, of course, uh evil and satanic and all of this. But you put us all together in one room and everybody's so very respectful.
yeah, totally.
That's what I found, and I can see that
Mm.
on a ship where like everybody's mixing together as one, and nobody's like going too fun girly in a way, if you know what I'm talking about. Nobody's like, oh my god, like up in your space. They just let you get on with your day.
Yeah, because I think, I mean, a lot of the people going to 70K are American. There are South
Mm-hmm.
American people too, but there are a lot of Europeans. And I think the people who really go there, they understand that the 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 specificity, the unicity is this closeness with artists. And if they would be completely fangirling, as you said, or a little too much, I don't think artists would appreciate flying there. They'll be like, okay, I come there, but you make sure fans are not around us, or
Mm-hmm.
And I think everyone understands that for this to keep going, artist has to feel comfortable. Of course, you have fans coming to you like on a regular basis because that's what the cruise allows. But
Yeah.
I've found myself like people being, as you said, like being respectful and all. Of course, I think the biggest rock stars might not like be around everybody too for too much, but
Mm-hmm.
still, it's compared to other places or festivals or just shows where people tend to get a little more crazy and
Yeah.
and intrusive sometime. I never felt that way too hard for me on the cruise.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. So you just finished up your headlining American tour. Of course, I was supposed to be there, but I couldn't come to your North Carolina date. How was that for you guys?
The tour itself,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, oh, it was wonderful. Like to be very honest, I, I mean, I never set like expectations per se because I don't think it's a nice way to live out of expectations in general. So I was just so super happy first that we could make that happen, to return to the US like a year after we've been there first time with Dragon Force. So I was like, oh my God, it's happening. We have a tour on our own. And so I wasn't expecting, I didn't think this way, but the people in our band who were expecting a certain uh, audience coming over or certain numbers, or else the reality of that tour exceeded our expectations, and we had way more sailors every night than we thought. Everything went so great, so smoothly. Also, people started to scare us with, "Oh my God, you're touring over there in the winter. There's snowstorms. Some bands got stuck," and we were really afraid.
Yeah.
During the first tour, our nightliners had like four breaks, and we had to like cancel a show and having so many heavy repairs that kind of messed up with the schedule. This time it went, oh, we had some little fuck ups, but with the bus, but nothing major, nothing that really um, corrupt our schedule. We could do everything, and it went so well, and we were so lucky with the weather. We didn't face anything wrong or bad, and we had the feeling like the universe just wanted us to have this tour, feel good about it, feel awesome about being able to headline in the US,
Mm-hmm.
which not every European band can say they can do. So
Right.
it was a first step, and it was an amazing one. We're so happy and
Yeah,
we're privileged to be able to do that.
because I was following along, of course, on your social medias, and it just every it seemed like every show just got bigger and better as you went along, and just that atmosphere and seeing it was nice to see like the behind the scenes as well of the VIP package you offered,
Yeah.
because you did the acoustic set, and then um of course the photo, and then signing and things like that, which I love when bands take that little extra step and do offer something like that. I think it just connects you with that audience just a little bit more. How did you find the VIP experience?
Oh, we're used to do this now. It's been like I don't know how many tour that we've offered this complete experience of
Mm-hmm.
doing, as you said, like a small acoustic concert, like
Yeah.
4 or 5 songs, and then taking the time to take pictures with them to sign whatever they want to sign, and spend like on this tour we spend about like an hour per day with those people, and it really does tied up bonds with those who really want this extra experience.
Mm-hmm.
And for us it's a very nice way also to explore our music differently, to play acoustic, and to get to know our sailors, like our fans, more. It's always a pleasure, and the American crowd in general, even at those meet and greets, they're very enthusiastic,
Yeah.
they're very lively, they want to be entertained. So it's easy for us to just come, like, get into our jokes and have them clap their hands and sing along and do whatever. And it became kind of a everything can happen kind of event.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's always very enjoyable, and I think the people always like had a great time. We get a lot of emails afterwards saying, "Oh my God, we love this experience," and and it's just sharing our music with a smaller audience, being able to look at everyone in the eyes and to just be in the moment, being present together. I think this is what music is about. And
Yeah.
I love this moment for that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there. I much prefer smaller, more intimate concerts than big, massive festivals. Like, don't get me wrong, I think they're amazing for the band and to push forward and to get yourselves bigger. But I feel like there's nothing like being in a smaller venue and really connecting with everybody, as you say, being able to look at everybody in the eye and just have that wonderful connection. And I just feel it's, as I said, just more intimate and just
Yeah.
that's why I was really excited because the Chapel Hill venue, it wasn't huge, but it also wasn't tiny like some bands
No, no, no.
have. But yeah, I just I was so disappointed. I know I keep bringing it up, but you're here, and I really wanted to like meet you and meet the rest of the band. And that brings me on to my next topic is you're about to start your European tour on the 31st of March, which is only like a week away now. You're starting off in Austria, right? Your first date?
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
Oh, we're excited. We're excited to have our last headline tour in the Pirates era.
Mm-hmm.
And we're excited to return to some places we haven't visited in a long time, like Lisbon, like
Mm-hmm.
Madrid. We played different cities than we did it with Xandria in the fall. So it like places it completes each other. So like we have a whole map covered with that record, and
Yeah.
it's going to be springtime. It's going to be really nice, I think, and I just cannot wait to go on, as a headline band, keep our production growing, our show growing, and feel what's going on around our band with having our audience coming back to the shows, or coming to a very first show, because we're going to play like southern France, for instance, where we haven't been in a long
Mm-hmm.
time. And yeah, I'm excited to explore all of these possibilities and see who's joining the ship, and knowing that it's the last real European tour with that record. So
So that makes me want to ask, are you guys, have you been working on new music for a new album?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yes, we have we already have the plan for the next record, and therefore that's why at some point we need to stop the touring and get into focusing on that material, pre-producing it, writing lyrics, recording it, and then creating all the content to be able to promote it and be out there again next year.
Yeah. So what is the band's writing process like when it comes to a new album?
Yeah, most of the songs are written by Michele Guaitoli, our male singer. He's a prolific songwriter now, and then we have a team based of me and our producer, and I can co-write like melodies and themes with Michele, and also give inputs about the kind of mood or how I want this part to develop. And so with Mick and I, we did some writing session together. There's a song we co-wrote completely already, and then our producer is the one who like fine tunes everything, like maybe change a couple of chords here, or like cut parts that he thinks are too much, or just to have an external ear that is very creative, and it can just help us get the best of our ideas, get the best of our songs, because we want this to grow. We have a lot of ambition, but we also feel we have the potential for it. So we want to put everything we can, and if we have to give up on some pure ego-driven position about our music, we happily do that, because in the end, it doesn't matter who had this idea for this and this part. What it matters is that this is the best part that we're taking. This is the best line, this is the best harmony, this is the best whatever. And we aim at the three of us creating the best for Visions of Atlantis.
Yeah. Which is a really nice way to look at it. You sometimes you do have to push, as you say, egos to the side and really create that teamwork to push the best product out to your sailors, as you call us. And so where do you grab inspiration from? Just like everyday life, or do you have to like take a moment to like sit in quiet, or how does that work for you?
Well, sometimes I have things coming up naturally, like you would be humming and oh, this is a nice melody. Let's see if we can make a song out of that, or if it can fit somewhere. I love an instrument that is called kalimba. It's this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and for instance, once I was in bed and I was like twiddling with it just because I love, there's something about sound therapy, how much frequencies just help you, whatever, relax, heal, open your chakras. You dig into that if you feel like it.
Well, yeah, not to interrupt you, but yeah, my husband and I, we sleep with brown noise, so I get that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was in bed and I started to have like a little pattern coming together, and I thought, this is cool. I recorded on my phone, and the next days I was like, hey, listen to that. I came out with my kalimba, and I was like, oh wow, I love the ambience here. Let's dig into that, and we took it as an intro and we developed it into a song. Mm-hmm. So, and of course, as I said, he's the one who writes the most. So sometimes I am inspired by what he writes himself. Yeah. And he is just a music box. He has songs in his head all the time. I think he's inspired by I just think he is made to create music. So yeah. I just think like, I don't even know if we can call like inspiration. I think there's just he's a channel to get music into this world.
Yeah. Some people are just naturally gifted that way. They just have that ability to pull all of these ideas out and get them out to the world. And I think that's amazing. And you can truly see that with, of course, this album. As I said, it's It was absolutely beautiful. I've had it on repeat on my playlist since, I first discovered you guys. And that leads me to, of course, you're going to be touring with Delauney starting in September. Are you guys excited for that? To come back over
Oh
to
yeah.
the US?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because one of the reasons why we consider doing that tour, even if it's not a headline tour, is because it enables us to return to some cities that we didn't reach on our own, like Toronto, Montreal, Salt Lake City, places that we really enjoyed playing when we were with Dragon Force.
Mm-hmm.
That yet just didn't fit the routing of our headline tour earlier this year. So when we saw the routing with Delauney and we were offered the opportunity, we were like, oh my God, this is so cool, because we do come back to some places, but we don't completely repeat ourselves, and we extend our presence over there. So we love this idea, and again, this is us. We're not headlining; it's a smaller show. It's going to be the last possibility to tour with that Pirates era. So it's also like, okay, this is the last dose of us over there before we focus on the future, and we're super excited to join forces with a band that has an audience there, that has not been there for a while,
Yeah.
And that kind of makes a real comeback, after their lineup change. So
Mm-hmm.
we're excited to kind of bring that package, which feels like new to the US market. It's not like we've been touring for so long and people are used to see us around, Delauney being back and us coming back to it really feels like, hey, USA, there's a bunch of really great European metal coming to you, and it
Yeah.
feels good to be a part of that.
Yeah, and it's nice seeing that European metal coming into, like, creeping into the USA as well. With being British, of course, I am more used to it than some of, because of course I am connected to a lot of reactors in the scene, and some of them being, of course, American, and they've never heard of like symphonic metal or European metal, and I'm like, you have to listen to this, like, listen to this, it's amazing. Like, of course, yourselves, Delauney, Alexandria, Nightwish, Epica, things like that. Just, it's really nice just to see it. Like, it's not at the point where I think it should be. It's not at the point where I think you guys deserve it to be in the USA. But it's getting there. It's slowly
Yeah, you need
creeping
to
in.
start somewhere.
Yeah, of course, and yeah, which is, as soon as I saw like Delauney announce that they were coming over with you guys, I was like, oh well, thank whoever for that, because of course, I didn't want to miss the Pirates era of your album either, and I'm glad that of course I'll be able to see that. It'll be like your last send off, as you say, before you start concentrating on new music, which I'm also very excited for. I'm excited to see what direction you're going to take us with that. Are you going to do like another themed style album?
Oh, we're gonna stick with the Pirates theme for sure.
Nice. I'm
Like, we're
excited.
not gonna. At some point, I was playing with the thought, like, what if we make a very strong theme for each record? It's like, what
Yeah.
if we completely reinvent ourselves with each record? So this would, like, we're pirates. What if the next one we're, I don't know, we're vampires or?
Yeah.
But then I thought, uh, then we have to write music that every time would convey this atmosphere and have lyrics that completely go for that. And it feels like it would feel a bit forced. Visions of Atlantis has always had this ocean related
Yeah.
imagery, and since I joined the band like almost 10 years ago now, I'm used to write in that context and for this band, and I'm used to my metaphors of self-development, with going with the storms we need to face as pirates. So I was like, and also, we realized, as much as we love the pirate theme ourselves, that everyone can relate to it and connect to it in many different ways. Like, we have kids showing up at shows as much as we have their grandparents sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and we have people dressing up because, as you said, like if you love the pirate theme, you suddenly have a show where you can just be one for real, and we talk to you as to pirates, not as to a metal audience, like that,
Yeah.
and it's just more fun, actually. So
Yeah,
We
and it's
thought there is no way we now step out of that. It doesn't make sense.
yeah, and it makes more sense to stick to something that you're passionate about, which that shows.
Yeah,
Sorry, excuse me, with the, the whole pirate theme and just the way you guys are up on stage, your outfits, everybody looks incredible, and that's what drove me to to get myself something to wear for your show as well. So yeah, I'm so excited for your future and for what's to come for Visions of Atlantis. I just want to
thank you.
thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. I've kept you for 30 minutes already. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and I appreciate you coming on the channel. And guys, please head on over to Visions of Atlantis' YouTube channel. There, of course, all of their social medias. Give them a subscribe,
Yes.
a like, comments, and everything like that. If you enjoy symphonic metal that is pirate themed, you are gonna absolutely love this band. And of course, all of the links will be in the description as always. But yeah, thank you so much, Clemmy. Do you have any closing words for fans?
Well, I want to thank every sailors in the American and North American seas for their support and for coming to the shows, because that makes a real difference. And some of you guys are traveling crazy distances, are taking hotel and all, because I've understood what it's like the distances in America, how different it is from Europe, and you guys are the best. Like, honestly, we're honored to have so dedicated sailors, and we cannot wait to return with a stronger record even, and to grow the ship together and be free finally. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm excited too. Well, thank you so much. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to become a Taurian. Speaking of becoming a Taurian, all of my social media links and my Discord link are down in the description. We'd absolutely love to have you come hang out in the Discord community. And I will see you guys in the next video. Rock on.